smiles for the time being. Brooke, we will see how this game unfolds and what things will look and feel like at its conclusion. But it should be a great one. Baylor been playing some good basketball in a four-way tie for first place in the Big 12, and we are just about set and ready to go. Baylor in the road green uniforms, West Virginia in the home whites. Bears coming off a loss to Oklahoma State at home, their last time out. And it's Baylor controlling the opening tip.
And you will hear us talk a lot about defense today, but what is going to set these two teams apart, and Baylor does a great job of this as anybody, is spacing, using analytics to get the best shot possible. West Virginia, an incredibly aggressive team on defense. They're going to meet their match today for sure with Baylor.
Talented freshman Little Paige Buggs with the offensive rebound. Shot clock back under 10 already. And Asbury firing up another three is no good. JJ Quinerly the rebound. Here come the Mountaineers. Starting five for WVU. Madisen Smith playing some good basketball. Quinerly the leading scorer at this point in the season at over 13 points per. And West Virginia strikes first with an early 3-0 advantage. Bears respond. That was Sarah Andrews. 24 in green. Also the leading scorer for her team. Over 15 points per. Jada Owens, the transfer from UCLA, really playing some good basketball, especially with her court vision and awareness, Brooke.
One thing I really like about both teams is their ability to improvise and shoot the three. You can see both teams have good spacing and sets offensively, but they're not afraid to improvise. And that is a result of great coaching and being coachable. Strong take and better defense inside from West Virginia. Great recognition not to foul by Madisen Smith.
Three for Quinerly, a three for Blacksten. West Virginia coming out gunning. The 6-2 advantage here at home.
Especially a game like this, sorry, Roy, where you've got a team like Baylor who is fast, who is strong, who's going to play you downhill, and they're not going to stop. If you're West Virginia, that's your tone and your attitude anyways, but especially at home. You have to come out and set that tone to say, we're going to hit you aggressively, come at you full force in the paint. Let's see if you can stop us.
Handle was lost. Here comes Jayla Hemingway. The drive, no good. Jada Owens in the open court is going to be fouled by Quinerly. That's her first.
You have to be very heady now because you have nearly 2 quarters. You got to stay out of your second foul.
Mountaineers defeated TCU handily their last time out. That was way back on Tuesday night. A road trip to Kansas coming up. Jayhawks are now ranked. That's Bickle from downtown. And it's 6-5.
Good release by Caitlin Bickle. Nice rotation on the ball. Again, good efficient passing so far from Baylor. They are looking to get assists.
It's Hemingway launching a three. And West Virginia already 3 shots made.
It's the power of having a coach that really appreciates the 3-point shot. And that's what Coach P, you're going to get. Coming from South Dakota, a team now is great at spacing, moving the ball, getting that 3-point shot. And West Virginia is moving and spacing well. Look at that. Just a great cross-court pass. That's a simple play and a terrific shot. All in rhythm for Jayla Hemingway.
3 of 4 from deep for the Mountaineers. West Virginia 2-2 in Big 12 play. Make it 3 of 5. Rebound up and in by Quinerly.
Tough nose guards have always been a trademark as well from West Virginia. And continues there with Hemingway. Good take.
2 early fouls on the leading scorer for West Virginia.
I think it was just a natural play that Jaden Owens would make at any given time.
Hemingway wants it back. And a quick 3 and air ball and out of bounds back to the Bears.
Yeah, and you'll have to make exceptions because JJ Quinerly, one of your best scorers, out on the bench with 2 quick fouls before the 5-minute mark.
11-10. Nearly a steal. It was Asbury, and now a 3. West Virginia red hot from deep.
Talk about country roads, country shots. That is from way out there in the field. West Virginia getting it done from downtown today.
Hemingway with 6. Owens off the mark. Hemingway clears. She's been active. Numeral 00. Off the bounce this time. And the
stop and pop for me. The change of direction. efficient crossover and the off-balance floater. That was a hard shot to hit.
16-10. Herrera off the mark. Here's Hemingway again. And an open look again, a three ball. Rolls in. The bounce is good. Madisen Smith
wins to stay home, not get too handsy there, and just allow a difficult shot to get missed.
Bickle, the offensive rebound. She'll get it back. 8-0 run for West Virginia, and that'll stop number 51 in attack mode.
Great move by Bickle. Make that power play. It's been a weird year, too. And, you know, with so many players being out, UConn, Arizona State, take it to the house, Hemingway. But it's, you know, always the assist for me, Roy. It's assist for them today. 4 on 8 field goals. That's 50%.
Jayla Hemingway getting buckets. That's what it is. All your fancy talk, I'm with you.
Buckets.
But Hemingway's making shots, right? These games, they're all important. You start thinking about the NCAA tournament, boosting resumes, impressive wins against ranked foes. This would go down as a resume builder for the Mountaineers. Blocking foul call. Free throws coming from Madisen Smith for Baylor. Madisen Smith, 77% free throw shooter. 123 career starts coming into today for number 30 in white.
West Virginia has had the luxury of having a few 20-point scorers at times. Quinerly, Hemingway, and Blacksten all had 20 points in one game. And then, of course, you get the assists, you get the experience with Madisen Smith. Always good to have that.
Asbury up and under, no. And Baylor trying to find a way to put some points on the board. There's a late whistle right before the buzzer.
Yes, right? She does all this and she's a first-year player. Yep.
So instead of Baylor ending the first quarter, going more than 2 minutes without scoring, and then Coach Nikki will take that. Middle-page Bugs, 2-time Big 12 freshman of the week. A couple of big free throws right before the end of the quarter. And a first quarter that has been dominated, Brooke, by West Virginia.
And the most impressive thing to me is that she stepped up immediately when Quinerly went into foul trouble. You didn't see West Virginia have a fall off. And so that to me tells me that this is a team that everyone embraces leadership. You know, it's not just one player. It's balanced scoring, balanced leadership, communication. And so far, the Mountaineers looking really in control of this one.
Bears have never lost in Morgantown. 10-0 all time. Savannah Samuel. And a foul inside.
2 seconds.
First player to wear numeral 00 for WVU is Hemingway.
No to Robert Parrish, maybe a little more agile Robert Parrish.
Perhaps. And a foul called. Hemingway hit the deck and the foul will be whistled.
Yeah, they need to get something going. More ball movement. You know, I think you can pass a little more, go inside and out. And Nikki Collin talked to us about getting paint touches. They really want to get that. As West Virginia just continues to say, hey, we are going to stay in attack mode. There you go from Baylor. That's what you need.
Madisen Smith with the last bucket for West Virginia. Littlepage Bugs on the other end stopping that scoring drought. And a bump and a foul.
Well, I think what they need to do is continue to, like I said, dribble more, or dribble less and pass more. You see, there is movement, right? So it's not like it's a standstill offense, but there has been a lot of dribbling or just one pass, one shot. Your entire starting five that's out there.
Well, it was Bickle that had the long two just inside the three-point arc. Lead down to 7.
Ooh, footwork for me. Come on. Great repositioning from Hunter, who got the ball at a good spot and then made her shot even easier.
Lead is 9. We talk about Baylor's balanced scoring between Andrews and Bickle, who just had the long two. Now a traveling violation gives it back to West Virginia.
Well, Nikki Collin in their last game and their last loss, had talked about her team kind of playing too cool for school, and in asking what that looks like on the floor, it comes out to be all the little things that add up to help you win a game as the three ball continues to rain. That one looked real nice. My goodness, West Virginia, everybody knocking them down.
Madisen Smith in double figures with 10. Little Paige Buggs lost the handle. Another turnover.
And that's impressive for West Virginia to be this efficient offensively at home. This is the same Baylor team that held Oklahoma to their lowest scoring first quarter in 2 years.
Blacksten inside the bucket. A 7-0 run. Blacksten now with 7 points. The screen set up for Andrews.
Ooh. Nice move.
He checked for Madisen Smith, not that time. I'm pleased to inform you it has a 1990s vibe to it with Whitney Houston. Jump around, House of Pain, and MC Hammers can't touch this.
Coach P, all the high energy jams. I'm with you as a 90s obsessed lover of music, all things 90s. I'm with that playlist. That's great. Although maybe Whitney Houston, that might have been a late 80s. That might have been an 87,
it was
88.
86, yeah.
I think late 80s, yeah. But you can't touch this? Come on. The balloon pants. Let's go.
Legendary. Blackwell had the bucket for Baylor coming out of the break, and a foul call.
It also works in a locker room. I mean, it could be a small setting.
Like a certified DJ, so he's got the equipment. And he was the one that played Take Me Home Country Roads during Coach P's tenure at South Dakota. They did that really for all 6 seasons, never knowing they would end up at West Virginia. So she kind of told us this week, we spoke it into existence.
Yes, absolutely. Having an assistant coach / DJ is it adds excellent value to your team. I don't care who you are.
Bickle outside to Asbury.
Nice ball
that's a 3 and an enormous shot for Baylor.
And that is the possession, Roy. You asked me a few minutes ago, what does Baylor need to do to get back into the game? Recreate that possession. Doesn't have to be the same shot, but you saw how much better balance and more ball movement there was. It was a great look.
Blacksten in and out. The rebound corralled by Blackwell. Well, Blackwell's been injured. Great to see 33 and Green on the floor with quality minutes. That's a 3, and here comes the Bears. Andrews connects.
They have gotten more organized and disciplined, and that's what Nikki Collin is talking about when she says her players going from playing too cool for school to doing the little things. Little things are boring, but when you don't do them, you lose games. Nice move by Little Paige Buggs.
Inside, free throws coming for Baylor. In Kansas taking on surprising Keontae Johnson at Kansas State on ESPN, also on the ESPN app. 12-4 Baylor, ranked inside the top 20, coming off a home loss to Oklahoma State. Mountaineers have won their last 2 in the league, including that convincing victory against TCU. Danny Nichols, the defense was there.
Oh, man, that is, clip that one, too. That was a great defensive play. Great lateral movement without your body, without your hands. And then when she presents the ball, go get it.
Savannah Samuels got to go. Thinking about an elbow J. And Madisen Smith travels.
Yeah, now just shooting 16% from 3. 1 of 6 in this quarter.
Andrews all net, a 1-point game.
That's Andrews' game. She can stop, create a little space, that little short jump shot.
Here's Smith, 1 on 3. The block by Little Paige Buggs, and a chance for the Bears to go in front for the first time. And they do.
That's why you're an All-American. That's what you do. What a play from defense, sprinting down, the first one on the floor for Baylor. They reward her, and she finishes a tough layup. That's the play of the game for Baylor. Taking the lead on that one's got to feel good.
A 16-1 run in the last 5 minutes of game time. 4-second differential between the clocks. And the Bears, on the strength of their defense, seizing control here at the end of the half. Asbury, no. And the bucket will not count. So Baylor closes down the second quarter on a 16-1 run and a 34-33 lead headed to the break.
No, I know what Joe Burrow is talking about. That's what I know.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry I opened up that can of worms. My apologies, society. Second half underway. Baylor with possession and a 1-point lead. Its only lead of the afternoon here on the road. Jada Owens with the 2 fouls back on the floor. Asbury launching, and not this time. Bickle an offensive rebound.
With Owens back in the game, you see her already directing the offense, right? In addition to Little Paige Buggs, you have someone who can handle, who can direct the offense, but forces the defense to pay attention to her. And that is a great cut inside again for the youngins.
Double figures for Little Paige Buggs, a freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Seventh game already in double figures this season. Mid-range, no. And the lid remains on the basket for West Virginia. Well, Quinerly trying to shake the rust off. She won't do it on defense. The basket by Andrews.
That was a great in and out move. Well, Hezzy in and out move. If you can see this, I wish I had a frame by frame breakdown of that shot, because to sell the defense how quickly with her wrist was incredible. Nice move.
Quinerly, great cut, and the better pass by Madisen Smith, dropping the dime.
And both teams doing a good job of cutting hard to the basket. Coaches talk a lot about that. If you're out there and you're just making lazy cuts, like, you're not going to get open. Cut hard, and both teams have bought into that.
Quinerly, quick trigger, no. That last make by the Mountaineers stopped a streak of 10 straight misses.
There it is.
Brilliant pass. Little Paige Buggs inside.
So much more fluid ball movement here this second half. Baylor looking good. One of the most painful injuries she's ever had, and couldn't show one lick of emotion. Could not let the ladies know she was in pain.
She kept practicing. Inside, Quinerly rejected. The putback, no. Baylor gets it back. That's Little Paige Buggs. Think about the sharpest pain of your life. You don't say anything, and you just continue business as usual. I couldn't do that.
Well, Roy, we women are pretty amazing creatures, I'll tell you that. But that is some toughness. That's another level.
Foul inside. There it is. You're on the pinky right there. That does not feel good. You know that was painful.
Oh, I can only imagine with a medicine ball, too. And then having to hide it. I mean, can you imagine how bad your stomach would feel at that moment?
Andrews for 3.
Spacing the floor, boxing out. Again, quote-unquote boring things. When you put them together, you're able to sustain this lead here on the road against a very good West Virginia team.
Watson found herself open, comes up well short. The battle for the loose ball. Owens claims it. Now in transition. Andrews, a wide open path, and the lead expands to 10.
Now it's West Virginia who needs to adjust. Oh, good Hezzy. Their transition defense. That's a great up and under. Good no-look dish. Sell the defense, but yeah, West Virginia, now they have to extend their defense beyond the three-point line. They got to make it difficult for the guards.
Think about this, Brooke. Baylor goes from trailing by double figures to now leading by double figures. 4 minutes into the third quarter. Little Paige Buggs now with 12. Andrews with 16 to pace the Bears. Big possession for the Mountaineers in search of their third straight Big 12 victory. Quinerly. The blow by and the bucket. So Quinerly with a 2 foul. She's got 9, playing every single second. And a foul call.
Now seeing what the top 25, top 20 team, how they respond to adversity on the road. It's pretty good. They have 2 top 25 wins, and they're playing pretty well here in West Virginia. In the second quarter, they started to come around. Third quarter, they've just been blazing.
Andrews with 19 after another 3. The lead back to 9. The step back is good, and WVU answers with another deep 3. So Quinerly starting to feel it. She's got 12 points.
That was a really nice looking 3 and looked just like Harden. But she's shown the teardrop and shown the value to being in the game. So she's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Well, high-low action. Nichols inside. They'll work it back out to Samuel. Diggs going to work against Bickle. Nearly lost it. Triple team up and under. Well, Sarah Andrews, I'm sorry, Brooke, was doing her best. Wild card weekend concluding. The Cowboys and the Buccaneers from Tampa. I mean, to me, it is how the game was intended to be played. Great feed. Little Paige Buggs down low.
Little Paige Buggs to hit her right at the right spot and to make it an easy shot for her.
14 and 9 for number 5 in green. Quinerly missed the layup, and she had an open path. Little Paige Bugs now with the double-double. The steal by Nichols. Here come the Mountaineers. Samuel off the bounce, and she was hit hard. Better at the stripe, 83%.
It's so hard to make the quote-unquote right decision, right? To make the better play, which was exactly what she did. That is where, as an athlete, you can grow, and a basketball player, you get better because you don't make the decision to just take the three because it's there.
Andrews, the step back, and it's all net from downtown.
A diverse portfolio.
Wow.
How about that?
Wasn't ready for that.
That's what Wu-Tang said. You always got to have your portfolio diverse.
Well, it feels like the game's slowed down for her this season. One more free throw after that miss.
And that's clearly what she's done, because you feel her confidence.
Finally, triggers the three, not this time. Smith chases it down. Quinerly inside, and a chance for three.
But Quinerly finds contact, holds on to the basketball, undersized. Yeah, flex on him a little bit. You deserve that.
Missed the free throw. She'll get it back off the bounce. Quinerly again. One possession game. JJ's on fire. Little Paige Bugs travels.
So happy.
I mean, it's the playoffs, you know. It's kind of fun to talk about. The Monday night game tomorrow night, everybody's talking about that.
I'm in. We are within a field goal. Within 90 seconds here in the third quarter. You got to love it.
Smith for the lead, and down it goes.
If only I could sit in on the huddles of both of these teams throughout this game.
Jada Owens. What a game this has turned out to be. Maybe the game of the day.
Yeah.
Blacksten open, the pump fake, high off the glass. Well, get your popcorn ready for what should be a dramatic finish in the final 10 minutes. Both teams have secured double-digit advantages in this game. It's a one-point affair at the end of the third. Andrews, mid-range. Bickle. Fauntleroy working hard on the offensive glass. A couple of boards in that sequence for 22 in green. Fauntleroy to the stripe. Don't forget next Sunday in ACC women's basketball. Coverage starts at 1 Eastern. ABC and also the ESPN app. Baylor back in front. Shot clock is off. 57-56.
Oh, quick note, look at that. Baylor has yet to miss a free throw in this game. That's been a big difference as well. A 1-point lead, yeah, those free throws, critical.
Andrews with 13 in this quarter. Quinerly with 11. Madisen Smith gets it outside. Samuel, that's a three. No. Hemingway was fouled on the putback with .5 remaining.
With a huge opportunity at the end of a quarter.
We're tied at 57. And that is how we will head to the fourth quarter.
What better fourth quarter could we have than a tie ball game here, 10 minutes left, in something that's gone back and forth and has ended up so similarly that it's literally one field goal separating these teams. Baylor 21 of 50, West Virginia 20 of 51. But the big difference, though, look at that. Points off turnovers. West Virginia getting 16 off of 8 Baylor turnovers.
Bears have been impressive on the road in Big 12 play, beating a couple of ranked foes already, including Oklahoma and Kansas.
So over the course of our commercial break, we were able to get a look at the huddle, and watching Caitlin Bickle be very vocal with her team. She was adamant as she passes the ball inside, and unfortunately turnover for Baylor. But she said we cannot ball watch, and that means defensively you can't stand still.
Quinerly came down awkwardly, couldn't finish the layup in traffic. Blackwell with a shove, and that's an offensive foul. Madisen Smith a back, and an offensive foul. Well, you can feel both teams ratcheting up The defensive prowess here to start the fourth, and on cue, there's a steal. Hemingway, the elbow J. There it is. She had 10 points in the first quarter, 13 overall. Andrews gets it back. That's a quick three. No. Blackwell in the offensive glass. The bounce pass to Bickle. How about that? And we're tied.
It was there. I was looking for an over-the-top pass, but instead the, I guess, more certain play inside the bounce pass. Good finish. There's Bickle coming high off that screen. Look at how much more difficult it is for Smith to get open.
Well, she had two screeners there. They staggered that when it tried to free her up. Smith, quick trigger. It's all net. West Virginia by 2. Owen, the bounce. Mountaineers are 9 of 13.
That's a little touch of confidence.
Missed them both. Little Paige Boggs fighting for it and claims the rebound. Asbury with 4 fouls on the floor. 21 in green. Only has 3 points so far today. 8 off her average. Trying to spot Bickle. Turns it over. Hemingway gives it right back. Every possession critical. Asbury.
You know, they don't have that. Well, Andrews has been making some cases for being a 20-point average scorer, but they don't have that standout superstar. It is a very balanced, talented squad on both sides. Bickle took the hard fall.
Hemingway claimed the rebound. Bickle slow to get up.
Good for her.
I can see that, and I don't think I could handle that as well. I would have blown a gasket. Yes. Blacksten down low. Great move. West Virginia by 4. A wild shot. Andrews couldn't finish. Ahead to Smith. Triple teamed. That's a 3. Blacksten. And it's good. West Virginia with a 7-point lead.
5 of 7 shooting. Perfect. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 13 rebounds. A couple of assists. And only have 1 foul at this point in the game.
2 blocks and just 2 turnovers. Asbury, that's a 3. That's short. Little Paige Boggs saves it. But right to the Mountaineers as Blacksten claims it. Baylor has not been able to score. Go ahead, Brooke.
Well, they're switching off that high ball screen, which is...
They're going to count that basket by Watson and a chance for 3. Watson has struggled at the line, will miss the freebie.
Hemingway disagreed, so let's see how Baylor responds now. They've missed their last 6 shots. But that little moment right there could be exactly what they needed to get back in this game, because they can play angry and do it from the free throw line. Okay, until you get that flow back, get yourself to the line.
Super Tuesday returns. Georgia and Kentucky. The Dogs vastly improved. Yeah, we're talking basketball.
And meanwhile, Baylor, you want them to start playing more aggressively, I think. You know, not take too many risks, but more aggressive. Yelling, getting in the face, just being disruptive.
Both teams in the bonus. Hemingway in trouble. Outside to Watson. 5 to shoot. Watson double dribbled. Bears just 1 of 8 from the floor in the fourth. 6 turnovers so far in our final period. 2.5 to go. Andrews wide open, 68-63.
Great play.
2 minutes remaining. Blacksten against Bickle with the 4 fouls. There's the bump.
No hot stove touch there even. Oh, yeah. She just bodied her up. There was no part that invaded the space in that lane of the offensive player. Good call by the officials.
Stepped out of bounds, no foul. Andrews, no. The rebound by Quinerly. 16 points, 6 boards for JJ Quinerly. An enormous exchange there. Madisen Smith probing. Smith collects, fires, no.
Might be getting a little nervous if you're West Virginia. Those shots are going to feel a little tighter right now. Meanwhile, loosening up for Baylor. They're getting good shots. So you just saw that last possession, a shot in the paint. I mean, that's as good as you can ask for. They don't need to rush. They can get a good shot here, but West Virginia with other plans.
Hemingway, the steal and the finish. Give her 15. No two bigger than that one right there.
Now you have no time to waste if you're Baylor. You don't have to rush, but you have to play efficient. You got to get a shot off here. Owens does.
Watson, the rebound, and the Mountaineers can cinch it now. What a comeback.
Yeah, where's the foul? The double something. Yeah, you got to go for the ball here. You can't waste that time.
They trailed by as many as 10 today. They've led by as many as 14.
Try to go for those threes and stop the game as quickly as you can. And they did that here on this inbound. That was a smart defensive play.
Mountaineers defense in this fourth quarter has forced 7 turnovers and allowed just 6 points.
Single-digit quarters. Yes, it is incredible. After being down double digits in the second half, it's really a testament to how well West Virginia has played as a team.
Bickle, no. Fauntleroy with the putback, 71-65. Quinerly quickly fouled by Owens. 70% on the season, 0 for 2 today.
You just got me all excited for the tournament.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. I mean, I can, but I can't. There's other good games to have. Yeah. Good pass.
Andrews open for a 3. Came up short. Watson clears, and you wonder if that may just about do it. As her only attempt today. And Baylor's faint hopes may cling to a couple of misses here. Watson gets a bounce. Clutch. The Bears have only scored 8 points in the fourth. They've turned it over 7 times. West Virginia has clamped down. Swatted away by Watson. Fauntleroy gets it back. Asbury for 3. And that's going to do it. Hemingway the rebound. As time winds down off the clock.
Oh, and Bickle took a tough screen at half court. I wonder if anybody called that out of her teammates. Let's see. The screen from Hunter. Yeah.
West Virginia will inbounds, and the Mountaineers can celebrate. And the first signature win for Dawn Plitzuweit over ranked Baylor. And for the first time ever, the Mountaineers defeat the Bears